Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got some bars to these.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And here's the thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas would take it more serious.
No way. What grade?
That one I don't know.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Nico, Phil, JP, fellas. European nights by European nights. Earlier we win. Right? And I think this was the first away win in Europe for close to a year or over a year.
20 months.
Wow.
But then again, right? 3 points in the bag. So I think are we still on the top of the table?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We have about 8 or somewhere around.
8, right? But then again,
7th? Okay.
But then again, you leave that game feeling like kind of way now, boy. Because I leave that game feeling annoyed. I was feeling drained. I was feeling frustrated. Because it's only I don't know. In recent time, it's only Man United could win a game, and you leave feeling defeated. And I mean, I want to get into it one time, and I want to start to ask some tough questions earlier. We will leave the pleasantries for whenever during the program, right? But I'll think that Ten Hag sitting and watching these kind of performances and seeing the team make silly mistakes that costing us. You think he's feeling a little bit,
Is it Ten Hag?
Vindicated.
Ten Hag, yeah. In the sense that, because people blaming him, he didn't use the team well, and it's because I hear that the team was playing poorly. When in fact, these players, right?
But then when you say these players, you mean the players who he brought in?
The entire group, everybody, Nico.
So they were saying so then he shouldn't feel no way. He should feel guilty.
No, because this is the same group of fellas that was doing the same nonsense on that Ten Hag. Right now, don't get me wrong, I just looking for answers, right? Because I'm glad Ten Hag won. I wanted Ten Hag won since last season, right? But the point I'm making is he could probably sit around and feel, the same as me. But I realize what's going on in that dressing room.
No,
anyway,
but he definitely will have a big part to play in that. In this team, to me,
because the team doing the same, they're making the same mistakes. Onana doing the same nonsense. We looking.
But now Onana was looking good the last few weeks, and then the last couple of
games, doing the same brain dead nonsense.
He's going to rubbish.
Rashford doing the same nonsense. So it's like, is it really the manager's fault? I guess being a devil's advocate here. Yeah. I don't understand. Anyway, go through. Ten Hag home feeling well, you see? And they're blaming me and watch.
Nah, you can't say that. No, you cannot say that. You can't say that he's part of the problem. Or he would have been part of the problem. Go ahead, JP.
Why I say, right? If it is, he was playing the same formation as Ten Hag, I would have said that. But you see, Onana's mistake today it was our last season Onana. The mistake from weekend was our last season Onana mistake, right? Other than that, we know some of the other players outside of Ten Hag, outside of Amorim, who not good enough for the team and who the team need to ship out. I think what happening is because they're being challenged now with this new way of playing, it just highlighting more the players who need to leave the club. So I don't think it's anything to do with Ten Hag because you see how Rude was getting results out of them playing the same, make minor tweaks, but playing the same thing. And I keep saying, I think if Rude was here, Rude would have been playing the comfortable formation for these fellas, and we would not have lost that game. We might not
You
even lose
you
against
you
Arsenal.
you really think so, JP? Because
I am
and
telling
I'll,
you.
I'll go back. I'll go back to a
I'm
statement
telling you.
Roy Keane make, right? I'll never
Yeah,
do ever change his spots, right? And it's just
right.
for me with this group, it's just a matter of time whether you play a formation
Right.
and they're familiar with or you try to
Right.
challenge them, they go just revert and it's headache.
No, it's a
I
matter
would,
of time
I,
because
I, I would
they
agree
would
with
have
him.
do well for Root. Did I do it well? Did I do well with Root for the starter? And did I continue? And I'll come. But the games were not too difficult after
Yeah,
where Amarim take over with it was Ipswich. Root
yeah,
would have win that game,
yeah, for
right?
sure.
I genuinely think Root would have win those games. Arsenal might have been the most tricky one
Mhm.
because these players would have been playing within the comfort zone. But from
Yeah,
the time you ask them to step out of that comfort zone is where you start to see who's showing up as players who are good enough. Because
yeah.
a player who good enough should be a player who can adapt to a system and not just be within the comfort zone. So I don't think Ten Hag could say anything about what's going on in this team. He had to stay in Holland and hush him up.
Phil, what you saying?
Yeah. Good night. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when Amran was hired, and the first thing that players do is take to Instagram and say great training session? Wait, ask yourself, anybody in the comments, anybody in the panel, why you don't see them sort of Instagram posts anymore, right? Fast forward to today, as Reem said, I I still can't believe we won that game today. The other team were just that poor, but at the end of the day, it's all about who made the worst decisions. Victoria Plzen made worse decisions, but my God, the decisions that we made today was were like, oh my God. That's all I can say. I was at work watching the game, and to have the calmness that I was at work today, I have to applaud myself and pat
Yeah.
myself on the back because I literally wanted to curse these guys. These guys were just there are two examples where Mount got passed into, and I was like, okay, let me see what you're gonna do, Mount. Straight at the keeper. Not even a goal, not even to save. There was a pass where it was passed to Anthony's right foot instead of Ahmad's left foot. Another stupid decision, right? And that was by Hoyland. Don't get me wrong, Hoyland. Now you had every right to be mad at Ahmad because there were some decisions that Ahmad made that had me disappointed in Ahmad as well too. But Hoyland, you also made some dumb decisions today, right? Before I pass it over back to you guys, there are only about five, maybe six or seven players that are safe at Manchester United, right? And I will also repeat what I said on the last podcast. The season ends in May. Amarim, I will start drinking the Amarim juice if you pull aside these players in April and say, and you, I think I could work with you in the 2025-2026 season, right? Sorry, 20, what is this year now? 2024? Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
2025,
25, 26.
2026 season. You pull them aside in April and say that. But you have to say, you over there. I had 6 months working with you and you won't listen. You're hard of hearing. Please, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to spend your time on the bench, and the only time you're going to get play is if first team starter number one is injured or suspended, right? Or you're not part of my plans come the next season, right? We've been watching football for so long, guys. Football is played up here, and as JP said, a smart football player can adapt to most systems, right? Most, not all, right? And some of these football players that we have at Manchester United do not deserve to be working under Ruud Amorim. I had high hopes for Eric Ten Hag when he was here, and they threw him under the bus. Lo and behold, watch and see if Ruben Amorim is not thrown under the bus after next summer. Watch and see.
Um, I don't know why we don't always come back here. I don't know why we don't always come back here. Ruben even here a good 2 months, 2 3 months, and we done on these players already. I
But we
guess
know
it's just
that. There's nothing we
yeah,
didn't know. We know
yeah.
that.
I guess it's just a matter of knowing the leopards and them. Um, something Phil mentioned, and I guess we could get into it one time. All I think is about time, and I did ask this last pod, right? So Nico, you could start off. All I think is about time. Yeah, we want to give consideration to all the factors and the reasons why Amorim doing what he doing in terms of rotations. But I think it's about time now because Nico, we had to win games. We had to. The team need confidence. We need to play well, and only that, the team need to gel. We need a group of players gelling. So you think Ruben need to do away with this whole rotation thing and set he 11 and play with he 11, and if he had to make changes, in the 60th minute or whatever, make changes then, but set your 11 and go forward playing games and starting games with that groups of 11 fellas could gel, they could develop chemistry, and so forth. Or you think he should still continue to treat it as a preseason and just keep rotating 11s every game?
I think the decision is not just or I think it's a scientific or logical decision he's making to rotate the team. I think it is based on science and not um, I don't know, just wanting to rotate to rotate. I think the team, as he would have said when he came in, did not fit, and that is why we have been consistently breaking down or players breaking down. And I think he is in a position, and I could be wrong, right? But I think he's in a position where he have to rotate. I think the games coming thick and fast. I think the style up or what they were accustomed to is different. I think the effort as well is more. And I think that if it is that he decides to, as you say, play a set team, week in, week out, as Tenag was doing, then I think the injuries, will sort of creep back in. I think I think for now, players building their fitness. I think he has a very close eye on that. Even if you look at Malasia today, Malasia played more minutes today. Before he was coming off after halftime. Now he got more minutes today. So I think is a is a I would say tactical, but a decision that was planned or pre-planned to get these players up to speed. And I think maybe by maybe January, February, when the games are maybe less, and maybe we go back to 1 or 2 games a week, then I think we might see more of a set team. And I guess by that time, players' fitness should come up. I think in terms of scientifically coming by the checking them heart rate, the recovery, what I mean? It's real scientific now. So I think it's not guesswork. I think they know what they're doing, and hopefully, maybe in the next month or two, we will get what you're looking for, or we're asking for, or we're hoping for. Yeah.
All right, JP. I mean, just on the same question, and I know you seem as though you're agreeing with Nico, you know.
Yeah.
But when you consider what's at stake, right? And while Nico might share that it's scientific and stuff like that, I mean, I still kind of beg to wonder, well, what's going on with Man United as a professional club? These fellas not fit enough to play 2 games in 3 days. What really going on then? Right, that's one. And then two, when you consider what you're losing when you continue to rotate the players, because at the end of the day, we're sitting 13th or 14th in the league, right? We're struggling to win games. We have not been winning games, and you could attribute that one to yes mistakes, but two also taking out key players because Mazwari missed. And I mean, we even say perhaps if Mazwari had start this game or that game, we may have done better. If he didn't drop this player out of that game, probably we may have been better for continuity, and then you're shifting 1 minute you're playing this player here, next minute you're playing them over there. So I understand to an extent what Nico is coming at. But then we're talking about this is a professional club, and at a professional club, at a top club, you have to play 2 games in 3 or 4 days. That is not something new that the science now telling you that your players can manage that kind of load, right? So I am asking, and again, I'm not disagreeing with what Nick was saying, but I'm just trying to get to the bottom of whether it's really that, because other clubs, and they're playing the players.
I think you see, this is almost like his preseason, So he had to get it. It's not just about like the physical fitness. I think it's about the understanding of the system too, because he don't want to end up in a position like Ten Hag where become Martinez and show out your whole team fall apart. So I think it is also partly he trying to get everybody to understand the system. And it's almost like now is his little preseason period that he doing this in to get everybody up to speed so that you don't want a drop in quality if somebody get injured, somebody suspended. We I was listening to the commentator today, and by the time um Plzen, what's the name? Victoria
Victoria Plzen, yeah.
Plzen played their next game, we would have played 9 games. I think they have one more game to play or something. So for their winter break, they're going on a break for 5 weeks. And in that time frame, we have 9 games that we're going to be playing. So I really don't think, as Nico said, until after this Christmas period, he have to rotate. Until then, what I want to see rotation being done is in a smart way where the bigger games, like how we have City coming up, I don't want to see Ahmad on the bench for that game. So those types of games, I want to see the best 11 forward. So like for the Arsenal game, the best 11 should have been out there. You want to see the best 11 out there for the City game. So these types of games where the rotating should have a plan for then, like this is who we playing next. So I could probably take out this guy for that one because we should be able to handle this game. And I want everybody from a proper 11, fresh and fit for the City game. So that kind of thinking going into it based on the
But
opposition as
but
well.
but you see, my only knock back on that, right, is how Amarim gonna know what his best 11 is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because then again, we could go and say, let me go back to Everton. The way how Rashford and Xerxes perform in that game, you would want to think, okay, well, now them is the best two up top. They're linking good, but then they didn't have continuity, so you can't tell. And then now, since that game, Rashford and Xerxes looking as though them can't even make
Rashford.
Benedict's team,
And I think, and
right?
to me, it almost show you that Everton were just very poor in that game. I think,
Right?
I think
And
honestly, if we being honest now, that's how we gotta look at that game. Everton was just very poor in that game. Defensively, they made some serious blunders, and we capitalized on it. So I think that
Mhm.
so because look now, Zirkzee show little things in this game. I thought, all right, well maybe we might see something, but then he just reverted to form, and then Rashford was total trash today.
Yeah.
He did nothing at all on the field. So I think he should have an idea by now. His best players is about, and I think he's starting to see with Ahmad because the first time we see Ahmad playing the 10. So but you see the one of the major problems in the team right now too is our left wing back position. Because we can't get a settled person there, is throw up the team in there. Because
Yeah.
he keep moving around. Yeah, they keep moving around somebody to accommodate that position.
I find Malacia look good for the little time he played today.
I
You
just
didn't
find
like
the
how he
wing
looked.
backs wing backs not enough attacking wise, but I don't
Yeah, but
find I find it was like a back five we play with.
yeah, but I find he looked better than who we had before. If it was who, Dalo, maybe not Mazzuari, but I find he looked that bad. Something else I got to see, but go ahead, Phil. I remember. But I find he had to rotate, he had to rotate. But Phil, go ahead.
Um, yeah, I think Reman
Oh,
asked this
I
question
remember.
on the last podcast where yeah, with regards to rotation versus your best 11. I kind of on the fence, and I'll tell you why. Rotation gonna expose some of these frauds. Rotation gonna show you who ready to play under Amorim versus who's not ready, who ready to be shipped out. But on the flip side now, you want to find at least 7 or 8 players that can gel, right? These 7 or 8 players will know how each other plays for the next 5 to 6 to 7 to 10 games, right? You start to build up that chemistry, and then players on the bench going to realize, okay, well, this is how we are supposed to play. I'm going into a specific position. For example, if you, let's say we have a specific starting 9 players that are accustomed to playing for each other, you sub off the attacking midfield, or you sub off the striker, you sub off Hoyland, you put on Xerxes, right? Xerxes should not interrupt or disrupt the flow of play if we are playing well in those last 7 games that we've been building chemistry, right? That should be the situation, right? Also, I gotta point this out. Ruben Amorim, just because you're Portuguese, that doesn't mean you have to play Portuguese players. Take what you have to say about that, right? Um, I don't want a manager to be showing favoritism just because certain players are his nationality, or because he's English, or he's a fan's favorite, whatever, right? Play players who are willing to play for the club. Play players who are going to give their all. Um, this may sound controversial, but I'm more of a person who wants players to work smart and not hard, right? And just to explain that, right? If you're a striker and you're pressing the opposition defenders, and you look back and you don't see your other players pressing the opposition, you're gonna waste energy. You're gonna waste time, right? If you are a defender and you're always looking to um, run with the football, trying to dribble through. 'Cause I know Van de Ven does that for Spurs, right? But the thing is, Van de Ven leaves a big gaping hole in the back, right? And the midfielders don't cover for him. But anyway, long story short, I'd rather you work smart than you work hard, right? And I can reiterate this one more time. April, Ruben Amorim, you need to sit down with some of these players and say you're not part of my plans for the next season. You need to sit down with some of these players that are going to be part of your plan for the upcoming season, right? There's Before I pass it over to you guys, there is this meme or picture or whatever floating around today. It was sent to me many times, and I sent it to Reem as well, and some other United fans. There are about maybe 5 players that are safe, and maybe 1 or 2 others under Ruben Amorim, right? And that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So what I got to say, Reem, is that if you looked at his history at Sporting, was he rotating the team as he is doing now with United? No. So that was it. So it had to be a calculated decision, because that is not the norm. If that was his norm from even Sporting, at Sporting he rotating every game he changing, then we would say that that is how he is. But then because at United he's doing that in a new team, and as JP would have said, like a pre-season going on there, um, at some point he will settle on a team. But for now, I think this team still building fitness. I think this team still building in terms of understanding his style. And I'll say fitness again, physicality. I think that's a big part of it.
I hear what you're saying, right, Nico? But my thing is, we all right, all right. So probably that's not a good argument. But the thing about it is, if you are a manager and you're in it a while, you're supposed to know by now you're there long enough, you're training with these guys, you're talking to these fellas, you don't see weaknesses and strengths of these players already. It had to take you 6 months and 5 months to see and know that, right? So what I'm saying is by now, Nico, I know that Zirkzee is not my starting striker. I could cover my eye and tell you that, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
The way how I want to play, Hoyland is not the finished article, but he have more of what I want than Zirkzee, right? Next thing I could tell you, what my midfield partnership is, it has certain things.
So
I don't
because you know that, because you know that you're gonna do that every game.
No, what I'm saying is our continuity.
You maybe know that. You maybe know that, Ray.
No, but what I'm saying, Nico, is I want continuity with my group of players, with my starting.
Yeah, but you want
some
continuity.
No, but here
you want continuity with the players who, let me say, not fit enough and could break down who you're saying is your best player, and they want them fit enough.
But when you look at the players who supposed to who, I mean, in my estimation, should be the starting players, not players injury prone.
But you don't want them to get injury prone.
But what I'm saying,
he came to the club saying the team not fit.
But I'm not saying just play fellas like Ten Hag. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, let's see some continuity with our starting 11. Let's see 2 games. Let's see 2 games. And you see, my thing is,
it's too much.
Then what's your goal? Quick. What's your end game is? Because we have to win games. We can't be losing games. We can't be dropping points. We drop plenty points with him since he started. We thinking, all right, I can accept.
Since who start?
Amorim start. We drop real points.
Right, 7 points.
We drop real points in the league.
2 losses and a draw. 7 points.
Out of a possible how much? That's not good enough.
How much you win?
We
can't that not good enough when it's a new coach.
2 games.
When it's a new coach, a new system.
He win 1 game since in the Premier League. 1 game against Everton. He lost 2 and draw 1. We had to count. It's a game. We had to count it.
But then is a new coach. Is a new coach and new country and new system. We had to expect that too.
I understand. But at the same time, we had to say so. Okay, so basically,
Forest is a better team than us. Forest at the moment is a better team than us.
So basically, what is a better team than us. Wherever we finish in the league this season is a free pass.
No.
Get relegated.
That is what we say. At some point, and I agree. At some point, that point they reach.
When you want to wait, May.
That point they reach yet. You're rushing the gun. That point they reach yet.
Put up our fixture list. If you watch how much games we have, we play in the 15th, the 19th, the 22nd, the 26th, the 30th. Then the 5th of January.
That point they reach yet.
You know how much? There's too much games now, Reem, to start it. And I hear where you're coming from, Reem, but here what I'm going to say, right? I prefer we have this start than we have the new manager bounce and then it die down later on. It's better we start like this.
And I agree. I agree with
start to build and see the team actually start to play the football properly.
All right. Let me get some comments there, guys. All right. Rishi on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining the saying. But Nico, when their brain rates gonna start to go up. Right now, this was really in the conversation. So I don't know if Nico.
But all of us open for that. Especially with the decision making today. Oh my goodness, I can't believe these players footballers by. No, like primary school mistakes by. But I just want to go in to that a little bit, right? So we grew up watching like Iniesta and Xavi and them fellas on the ball and Ronaldinho. There was Zidane and them fellas on them. There was no way on earth we grew up seeing them kind of mistakes. Even the worst of teams used to make better decisions in 3-1 and thing. When you see 3-1, you don't. When you're watching football long time and you see 3-1, you don't know it's goal.
Yeah,
unless a goalkeeper makes some kind of brilliant save, you know it's goal.
Yeah.
With we not even a shot on goal. 3-1. You see that? We get spoiled, boy. We get spoiled with too much quality, boy. Growing up. To be
Yeah,
seeing
boy.
this kind of rubbish.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because your brain done seeing a goal. Your brain done see the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
When that
Yeah.
ball, when the striker even got shut off, you confused, huh?
Yeah.
You,
It's like the
you not
unscoring the
shell
goal.
shock.
Yeah,
You
yeah, the
shell shock.
unscoring. Yeah, them fellas unscoring.
Nah,
It's
boy.
bad, it's bad, it's real
Nah.
bad.
It's
It's had one
terrible.
it's when I see Hoyland had the ball in the middle and Hoyland trip over the ball, you know. I say, what is
But
going on
it's had
here?
one early in the game when Amata slipped Bruno. I don't.
Bruno.
But
And he get Rashford it. Oh God.
yeah,
Oh
Rashford, and
God.
then Rashford blaze it over. Bar. I tell you,
That was a real
I
shocker because normally,
confused by.
normally Amada at least have a brain. That one shocked me.
Rishi also saying here, but we don't have proper wing backs. And then in the midfield third, they forget how to think. All right. Darren on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. Is the players, but the manager always takes the fall because I honestly think the results would have been the same under Ten Hag. But it's a great something to see. A new identity. Hopefully, this manager is given the time needed. We been here already. Yeah.
Yep.
Aaron on the inside, good night, man.
Good
Thanks for
night,
joining. Yeah, Rishi, good night, man.
Good night.
Yeah, Aaron saying here, Xerxes gave away the ball 16 times in the first half alone.
I doesn't.
Yeah,
I like his whole up play. Sometimes he does try to play too quick. I don't know if it's a Dutch kind of business because we just see with Van der Beek. But sometimes he has a decent little hold up play. He has a good ideas. But oh boy, that hot potato with that
Yes,
ball,
love.
nah.
Hezbollah played better than Hoyland, but taking place a little too deep in the field.
Yeah.
Like he needs to be a little higher up with that hold up, slipping somebody in to do something.
Agreed.
But it
I
not
think
doing anything.
I think he just all around too slow and too weak. that is just it for me. He too slow.
He show his strength and speed in the early career, like in the first 10 minutes when he
had a
run
little
through.
solo run. Yeah.
Yeah. That was say he give me a little hope now, boy. I get a little glimmer of hope when he got there.
But I find when he and Hoyland was on the field for that little moment there, I find he started to look a little better, you know. And then I take him off, but I mean,
Ruben.
really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, whoever.
Rishi said here the sale starting in January, and Amarim would be justified when he makes his choices as to who's staying. He's giving everyone a fair shake of the dice, right? Rishi also saying, "Geez, Reem, have patience. It's not matter me being patient.
It's too much. It's too much games. Reem. It's too much games.
No, it's not matter that.
Rotate, boy.
No, it's not matter.
Games coming quick.
You see, all watching one side, right? And what I'm trying to show you is the club has ambitions. We need to make it into Europe. We have to move up the table, right? And if we keep rotating, and we dropping points, we're gonna be falling further and further back. Other teams picking up points.
But then what will we sacrificing? So we had a balance. We had to think about what we were sacrificing too.
So basically, what you're saying is this season is a lot of. We're just trying to understand.
I think where we is in the season now, we have to rotate.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, I think we have enough quality to rotate. And I guess January month.
What I saying, right? What I am saying is you have seen enough. I don't want to hear that learning players and seeing what player could do this in this situation. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I think you've had enough time to see and to know what player could do what in training and in games. So by now, you could set on a group because you say that for everybody else, but Martinez, Mazwari, Delit, Onana, Bruno, and Dalot playing almost every game.
But when he could take them off, he taking them off because he understands they are important.
And this is the point. So you can start your team regularly and a little more consistent and make the substitutions as necessary.
Yeah, but how you know? Because I just saying from last season, right? Hoyland best form last season came at the end of the season when he was coming off the bench. When Bruno was playing as the false nine, Hoyland was coming off the bench and Hoyland was doing well. How you don't know that Amarin identified that as well? Because that what happened today, and he released or unleashed Hoyland off the bench, and Hoyland came and scored 2 goals. So
And then
how you
again,
don't know? How you know
so then
that wasn't planned? That could have been a
on my
plan.
foot, that's no plan.
Because no, what's saying that could have been a plan, knowing the quality he still had on the bench, and knowing that this team cannot run at Manchester United with the quality we have on the bench for 90 minutes. And as long as all right, to give us that time, I bring on Hoyland within the last 10, 15 minutes, we could win the game.
No, I honestly believe. Sorry, IGP. I honestly believe that when Amorim put out a team on the field, is to compete and win, right? Not to play.
Yeah, but if it don't work,
on the
if it
last
don't work,
to bring on Hoyland to do nothing.
No, but if it don't work, right? If it don't work, you had that firepower to bring on to win the game. You have a chop card, and also you're keeping him fit for Man City. So to me, there is logic in the madness now. But as we are saying, there's a method to the madness. So if it is that we had players on the field that won the game, then most likely Hoyland winner has to come on this game, and you'll be fresh for Man City.
All right, JP.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind you rotating, taking place as I have up the fixtures. How my thinking is what I want to see. Because in our way, it could play a strongest 11 where we need it, right? Because from how you talking, Reem, what's important is where we finish in the league. So that's where the energy and the focus should really be going for us to climb the table. So we play Man City, we should go with the best team from the start for that game. Right? We had some players who could come off the bench for that too. The game after that.
JP, sorry to cut you across. But I ask you one question, right?
Yeah.
Where's your best 11? And how you determine your best 11? No, right, I think we could all have a consensus on who's probably the best 11, but sometimes the best 11 mightn't be your best players, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah. So then
we need consistency. Right. We need consistency to see over a period of time how well players play together, develop that understanding and chemistry to suit each other. So I am saying, I just throw this out here, right?
Right.
Xerxes and Rashford showed us something that was kind of a moment against Everton. But then after that, you throw them on against Arsenal in a real tough situation. Then after that now, you throw them on again in another tough situation. So
what today you're saying in a tough situation today?
No, the game Forest. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, you're not giving your players who show you certain positives the ability to continue
from the start. So the only how they could do it is from the start.
Yeah, that's how it's built. That's how it's built.
So they can't come off the bench and do that.
No, remember some players.
Rashford and Zerxes that come on for Arsenal, that play for Forest, that start today.
Some players just take longer to settle in a game, so it'll be more beneficial to start the game as opposed to come on and have to catch up to the pace. They don't understand those kind of dynamics in football as well.
No, that football change. Football change, I'm not accepting that. So if I have a football club and a player come and say, Coach, well, I could only play good from the start, you know.
That's not what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, what is he saying?
But no, but as a manager, you have to understand certain things. You have to understand. Right? But you was talking about how Hoyland was impacting games off the bench better, and then they come in and tell him this. You have to understand how certain players
No. What I'm saying is sometimes for the team, you can't start every game.
I understand that. I'm not saying to start every game, but what I'm saying is I want to see consistency in 11 for some kind of chemistry to develop.
Against Viktoria Plzen, come now, man. We rotate the team against Viktoria Plzen. Now we're supposed to be beating Viktoria Plzen off the park.
Nico, have you seen the same 11 start since Amorim here? I'm not talking about Viktoria Plzen alone. I'm talking for since he starts. And what I'm saying is by now, we should be able to say, well, okay, this is the best 11, not based on who we think, but we see 2 games back to back. This 11 player and it looking good. Let me try that again. Let me continue.
Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a question because two new managers came in this season by the name of Arne Slot and who's the guy at Chelsea again?
Maresca.
Maresca. Maresca. So Arne Slot and Maresca. New to the Premier League. How many games you think it took for them to realize who their best starting 11 was?
They had preseason. They had preseason as
It
well.
don't matter.
And
It don't. But it don't matter. Ten Hag had preseason, and Ten Hag had the likes of oh my god, had these youngsters playing and what's not. At the end of the day, preseason is all about rotation and getting your fitness in, right? But at least by some games, at least after a certain amount of time, you should know who is your best. After some games, you should know, okay, this is my starting back four or starting back five.
Which we know.
Which, when more games progress, then you should say, okay, this is my best starting back four / back five, and maybe this is my best two central midfielders. Maybe the next couple of games, best two central midfielders plus wide players, and then after a specific amount of time, you gotta say, okay, I think this guy will lead my striking force, right? And that time has to come for Amarin sometime. We cannot
but
continue to see.
you
That
don't
what?
think it's more the inconsistency of some of the players that forced him to do this? Because if you look at the back five and Ugarte, they more or less a settled part of the team. You know, now you know for today Ugarte get rested and he will play. He will start against City. But to me, and now Euro you could throw into the mix. So you have a certain group of players. I think that is already part of the core. But where we have an inconsistencies would be in the position of who are the two tens, who is the next player playing next to Ugarte, because Kobe now kind of coming back into the team. And you see he trying different players next to him. He trying different tens. And then he trying Xerxes and Hoyland.
Well,
So
my two tens JP will be Bruno and Christian Eriksen.
but we
Nah,
didn't even
but
see Ericsson
you
as
seen
a 10 yet.
Ericsson? Ericsson again?
We
Ericsson
didn't see
again? No sweat.
Ericsson in the
But
team.
I give
Yeah,
you my
so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
give you my two tens,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
If Amaran
yeah. So
choose to
that's
listen
what I'm
to me or
saying.
not, that's a different question.
Yeah, so I just wonder if it is because of the inconsistency in those positions, if that could probably be another reason why we're not seeing a settled 11, because we have like a settled 5 or 6 in the team. But then there's the other positions where we're not really being as productive, where we're seeing the chopping and changing already taking place.
Yeah.
I can't wait till next season starts, boy. Because
Wait, next season already? The season out starts?
but no. I'm manifesting it that some of these players, some of these players got to go. Boy.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
Definitely.
there's gonna be an
Yeah.
overhaul, boy. But I can't wait till next season start, boy.
Yeah, definitely
And
would.
then we are no money to buy nobody.
No, but
And
we got sell first, Nico. We got about 7 players to get rid of, Nico.
and who paying who gonna pay Rashford fees
Yeah.
or salary? You going out Saudi?
No, you're not wrong, Nico. By the end of the day, we got about 7 players to get rid of. And if we want to get
Yeah.
to
We
the
have plenty to
level
get
of
rid of. We have plenty to get
if
rid
we
of.
want to get to the
Plenty.
level of the City over the last 4 years, Liverpool of now, and being the same talking centers as Arsenal, we got to get rid of some players, Nico. We have to.
Plenty. Not some, not
Um,
some, plenty.
Let me just get some of the comments here. Guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast, right? King on really pre on the inside. He's saying, I didn't watch the game. Who was the 3-on-1 and how the it's not about
Boy,
3 or 4, it's not about 3 or 4 3-on-1, right?
yeah, and
And
poor decisions.
yeah,
Poor
there's
decision
poor
making.
decisions. And the constant in the trees were Amar,
Mm-hmm.
Hoyland, Mount,
And if you
Garnacho.
cover
Garnacho.
Ganacho
Yeah,
name could
yeah,
have called that
yeah,
Ganacho.
yeah, 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 yeah. He was in
Eh?
one. Yeah, he was in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in one. So use those those 4 or 5 players I
Yeah.
call and
Monk get
just
some nice chances in a
mix
way.
them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monk get some chances that he's
First
only
one,
playing
the
away
first one especially,
comfortable.
he should have scored that.
How you was supposed to score them? Listen, any other club and men burying them thing, boy.
I
How will
see
them just score them
Hoyland
things,
get
man?
one. Hoyland started run away from the goal. I was
The
like, what
mistake, yeah.
trouble is this?
Yeah, the mistake
The
coming back.
mistake.
Instead he run straight. I see the man cut. I was like, where you going?
Yeah, where you going?
Arun saying here Mount's cameo was a bit refreshing actually. I don't know.
He was
He had an
Probably
energy. He had
no.
an energy,
Probably.
but
Earlier, probably I need
he
to. I
brought
need
something
to.
different. He
I
brought
have
something
tainted.
different.
No. I have tainted lens, so probably I need to clean that because I doesn't see nothing Mount doing. You understand what I'm saying?
But when
he was
when
actually more involved today.
y'all
He
guys
was involved today. I find he wasn't bad today. He wasn't bad.
He was
y'all
great
guys
today.
Getting
y'all
a
guys
ball and
laugh.
pass it across the face of the midfield area is no involvement for me in a way. That they basic thing in a
No,
way.
I said he got himself in good positions to score, and he should have.
Yeah.
He
Boy,
should
should
have.
have.
I'm not gonna lie though. If somebody could do a compilation of Mount's time at Manchester United, I would have recognized honestly. I honestly cannot think of anything Mason Mount has done for us, bruv.
It might be just track like a track video. It might just running.
Man,
Where let's call it? Yeah, where let's call this bird? Where let's call this bird? He used to be running a long time. Beep beep, and he going again.
Roadrunner.
Road runner.
He would run it.
Right through. Right
Time
through.
monk. There's a video of road runner. Time monk.
Yeah, that Mount here.
All people telling me Mount know how to press. I got some clothes for church on Sunday. Come and press these here, man.
Kevin Williams on the inside. Good night, man. He's saying the constant rotation will continue till the end of the season. He's trying to see if we can.
It gonna last so long, Kevin. It's gonna last so long.
No. By January, when the game slow down, I think we will see less of
Yeah.
All right, let me see. On a replay saying,
Go back to that one comment where he said that I would not be surprised. I am in total agreement.
I would be surprised.
I'm in total agreement with Reem, Nico, and JP, but I would not be surprised if this constant rotation goes on to the end of the season. So, Kevin, I'm not disregarding your comment, but I'm on the side with JP, Nico, and Reem. So, but this is not a bad comment. So, if we come back, let's come back to April, May next year and see if we still talking the same stuff. Actually, let's not even wait till that time. Let me come back around Valentine's Day or something like that.
all right. On a replay saying here, although fight that now. City starting the same 11 and losing bad at the moment. All right. Kevin saying here, chill guys. Slot was coming into team with Champions League and Maresca was coming into a team that by almost everybody they was loaded with high potential talent. Amorim coming into different situation.
But Chelsea, no. Chelsea was in the same situation as us last season. Chelsea was absolute shit last season, big man.
Yeah, but you see players just stuck on.
Nah, them Chelsea had a real.
Chelsea got real players, Chelsea got real players, but we don't. Chelsea fans didn't know what the players could do. Chelsea fans knew what the players could do from previous clubs, but they didn't know how they would fit into the Chelsea system.
No, but it don't change how good the players, are, and I think it just saw that we struggling for so much talent.
They did finish season on high because the only reason they in conference league is because we win the FA Cup.
Yeah.
They were below them.
Yeah. Simeon on the inside. Good night, man. Simeon saying, but as bad as Ten Hag was, you see how them forwards could get anyone fired. So the next under 14 could finish their moves. Yeah, but
I'm telling you.
True.
Right. He also saying like Chelsea take Mount out the box to see it was defective and sell it on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh gosh. Now them chances he got today, he's supposed to finish them chances.
Nah, facts.
This is the first one.
Or just the first one. The keeper should have no chance.
Yeah.
Earlier, Ahmad, right? We was clamoring for Ahmad to play in the 10, and Ahmad, was given the opportunity. I mean, and this was part of, I guess, Ruben figuring out players in different positions, right? What are the thoughts of Ahmad today in the 10? How would have felt he did? Would you go forward seeing him in the 10 use him in the 10, sorry, or back to where he was before. Phil?
I I I'm not gonna lie. When you said Ahmad just now, I was like, I thought you was angry at somebody or something, right? Um, in terms of Ahmad in the 10,
Amada.
yeah. In terms of Ahmad Diallo in the 10 today, um, this I want to see him there again, and by that I mean I don't want to write off just one game, right? Um, I think Ahmad then reverted to his wingback position when Anthony came on, correct?
Nah, he stayed
Or
in 10.
he stayed in the 10.
Yeah, he
Oh
stayed
yeah,
in
yeah,
10.
he did. Yeah, 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 true, 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 true. I
Yeah.
swore I was looking at something totally different, right? Um, I want to see what else Ahmad can. I want to see another game of Ahmad in the 10, right? Um, I actually want to see Ahmad in the 10, maybe versus City, right? Because Ahmad running at a slow City midfield. And that's the reason City's getting thrashed these last 10 games, They got a slow midfield, got a slow
Yeah.
wing backs, right? Anyway, um,
The problems that we have been having for a long time, right?
correct, yeah. Yeah, we
Exactly.
we, 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 we both got problems, right? But I want to see Ahmad in the ten. And I think we've stated on a couple of the podcasts two things. One, where did Eric Ten Hag hold back this guy? And two, Ahmad has that IQ of where he can perform in specific positions well, right? Ahmad playing at the right wing back position um, is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because he's doing well, but it's a curse as in like I want to see Ahmad further up the pitch, right? If Ahmad makes that right wing back position his, fair enough, right? But for Ahmad to be called upon in the number 10 position today, I think he did above average. I think so, right? But I definitely would like to see him in the number 10 position again, right? And it kind of makes sense because he has the most assists in our team this season, no?
Yeah.
Or yeah, he has the most assists in our team this season, right? So yeah, play him at the number 10 and see what he can do, right? But if called upon to play a wing back position, I got faith in Ahmad as well too, right? So
Yeah, yeah, JP.
I I I like how he looked more in the second half. I think in the first half he was he was coming a little too deep as if he was the wing back. So I wasn't too sure if that was an instruction, if that was just by nature from the last few games that he played in the position. Um, and I still trying to kind of understand what is required of the tens in this team because my thinking was kind of if you have the wing backs, then they giving him more of the width. But I still find the tens going out wide and then already staying in that position. So I don't know if it's the team itself to trying to figure out how to play it or if it's something on how Amram's system is, but I try to understand it too. But Ahmad is Ahmad, and I think he looked good in the position. It's just for him to be a little more further up the pitch. I want him to stay further up the pitch. I think he was coming a little too deep in the first half. Second half, he started to find the proper spaces that you want him to be in to be effective in the position, higher up and running at players. But funny enough, I think I would want to see him at the wing back position against City because looking at how teams have been hurting City recently, when they play that high line, it would be great to have Ahmad in that wing back position with his space to run into. So I don't know. I think it will be better for him in that game. As much as I was calling for him to play in the 10, I will put Masvari as the left wing back and Ahmad as the right wing back, start Euro in that game.
start Euro against City.
Yeah.
Mm, mm.
Nico?
Yeah, I like him in the 10, to be honest. I think the chance what he could have slipped for Bruno today, I think if he got that right, I think the game could have possibly, I mean, it's United, so anything could happen, but I think if he got that done right, I think we could have broken down that team early, and I think the game possibly could have been different. I think this team was a well drilled defensive team,
Mm.
and I guess we got a little more confidence for some reason when we went behind. We started to play more brave, because we had to go for it. And with that, you saw him in the second half getting more space to play in. But I all he has to do in that 10 is to improve his decision making. And I think as long as he improves decision making in that 10, I think he'll be a real good asset. But I could also see him going to the right wing back. But I want to see him, as Phil would have said, I want to see him in that 10 again. But let's refine that decision making in the final third, and I think he could be a fine for us for this season. Well, I mean, we know he had the talent and the quality, but what we see now, we know that Tenag, Amarin trust him because
Mm.
we had to win, and Amarin left him on the field because he knew that if a goal had to score, it most likely would have had to come through him, and we got the goal to go on all through his creativity and through his skill, and that was, let me say, from the number 10 position. Um, so I think it could work. He just had to refine that decision making in the final third.
Yeah, because truth be told, today, especially in the first half, I find Ahmad was trying too hard.
Yeah.
He was overthinking a lot of things. Now, probably I had to watch back the game, and I've been on certain I can do that, right? Um, but I was so annoyed with so much different things in the game that I didn't really get time to focus on, Ahmad. Now. Sometimes when you're watching it in real time, everything goes so perfect that you don't really take time to, But I've been on foot here, and I could be different. I wanted Ahmad to play the 10 before, but seeing that it have nobody to do what he used to be doing from the right wing back position, because he ain't getting no ball carries with intelligence and skill from the back to bring the ball forward. He ain't getting not Dalo. Anyway, I ain't want to go there, right? You're not getting that out of the team. Nobody else on the team, and we need that.
We could get that from Mazwari. So as
Yeah.
JP say, if you high Euro, if Euro good enough and Euro play that position, they play Mazwari high up the pitch.
But
Possibly
you don't
get
think,
from
but
Mazwari.
you don't think, Nico, today might have been the best day to try Mazwari there, but the manager didn't do it. So it's a pain to me that Amorim see Mazwari as a right or left centre back, right? So I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think he's still building Euro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perhaps, but it
Yeah.
had so much opportunities where, all right, I could use the Arsenal game where he give you already chance and he could have put Mazwari there, right? I mean, but again, science and fitness and whatever, okay, fine. But what I'm saying is, I think, all right, bar Mazwari, Ahmad is the only one who progressed in that ball with some skill and intelligence from so deep. Apart from that,
Mm.
when Ahmad get a ball in the right wing back position and Ahmad look forward, people are coming off the seat, But when why I think Ahmad had to be coming so deep? Why I think Zutz had to be coming so deep? Because nobody progressing the ball, right? Nobody carrying the ball forward. Everybody looking to pass the ball, and as it's a bad pass from Dallo, you're looking for Bruno and Gate turning over the ball. You understand what I'm saying? So when we don't have nobody with the ability to carry the ball forward, your tends go suffer, right? And I think right now what Ahmad offer in the team is the ability to carry the ball forward. So until we solve that problem, and if it's Mazwari or if we are to go to the transfer market to get a better right wing back or a 10, I think I want Ahmad back in in that right wing back position. I just maybe and not because he didn't play the 10 well, but more because I saw where the team suffered without being able to carry the ball forward. You know?
Yeah.
So that is my take on it. Let me just
When
get some comments here now. Kevin Williamson here. There was shit, but the talent of the players have
should I
individuals of
Chelsea players?
Chelsea. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Eric Lewis on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining me. Saying Onana, horrible again. He is definitely not the solution in goal long term. Apart from Howlers, he is poor or average at distribution, which is supposed to be his strength. Nico,
See that distribution? You see that distribution? You see that distribution? Watch me. He get me real vexed with that now because it had a play in the game. And when you see Edison on the ball and he put his foot on it and he scan the field, he is look confident in what he's doing. I find Hernandez look clueless when he have that ball at his feet. He's look like he don't know what to do with it. And he hold on to that ball today for about 30 to 40 seconds. And then hit the ball to Casper. And that,
I,
if you know
I,
how that
I,
get me
I,
vexed,
I've
because
been pointing that out for so long. Onana takes too long
So
to distribute the ball, boy. The man takes so long, boy. My God.
and then to nobody, and then he's passing it
what?
to nobody.
So I said so that next goalkeeper so bad, boy.
I think so. Remember, he had a bad game when he
We
played. He had a bad game. Last game he wasn't that good
when
enough.
when
That
you
was
gonna game on that?
he played he played against Leicester when the story was
Leicester.
here
Yeah, but he wasn't
Yes.
bad.
In the cup.
in the cup in
In
the
the
cup.
cup, he was good. Yeah.
So why say maybe you need a rest too? If all the other players
Yeah.
need a rest, you need a rest too.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
What kind of rest you need? What you doing whole game? What rest you
No, no,
need?
no, 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 no. And it's about a goalkeeper game different dream. It's different
Yeah.
and
It's mental.
it
That's
it does take
mental.
energy from you. It's still
Yeah.
taking energy from you. So it's same way how all them other that's the only thing I have. If you could be rotating all them other players, then you have to rotate on another two. Give him a rest.
Um,
Let him
he
come back
say,
fresh. No, because we see in games. I mean, there are a couple of games in a row that he making errors. So to me,
Yeah.
it pointing to a bit of fatigue now. So yeah, I mean, at some point you have to bite the bullet and get him a rest.
all right. And he is injuring his own players. Almost killed Casper in the first half.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
I don't know why Onana run out there I thought I thought that ball was bouncing in the goal. I thought that ball was going in the goal.
I thought so too.
I don't know, like something wrong with Man United players by them fellas and them stupid boy. God boy. Simeon saying here, I think Mazwari is a bandit for so many positions. Make you wonder the type of players we scouting if Mazwari was one of our cheapest transfers. But I just hope Mazwari just continue to be good because I don't know. I don't know, but Mazwari is a real revolution. Um, all you have any concerns with the lack of use of Kobe Mino? I mean, Kobe real suffering for minutes under Amorim. I mean, any concerns at all that he don't
Uh,
fit what Amorim looking for, and anything that
Yeah,
I
I
know
still
Nico, I know me
find
and you had spoken
yeah
about this for the
I
first
still
game.
find out of possession. Kobe Mino is struggling in this team. Out of possession, I think in possession he looks good. Out of possession, I think he really struggling to cover the ground. Um, so I guess there's work being done, in the background on Kobe Mino to get him maybe up to speed. I don't know what his other thoughts on it, but for some reason I doesn't feel confident defensively when Kobe Mino is on the field.
okay. I don't mind. I don't mind not seeing as much of him. Because I want Kobe to develop properly. And I feel like as much as we enjoy looking at him last season, we overplay Kobe for somebody who was in his breakout season, first proper season with the senior team, and we start to rely on him in our midfield. And we have to remember two things. He playing for three things. He playing for Manchester United. He is English and he black. So all three of those things make him a huge target for the media. And I think it's better to protect Kobe and get him into the team playing how he wants him to play over time. So I'm not concerned because I think we have a few options for midfield. As much as they may not be the best options, I still think it's best to let Kobe develop as a proper player before we force him into it, and then we just see another young player of Manchester United who had this big future ahead of them, and then you just see a downtick and they, hearing about them again.
Yeah. I my thoughts is I could see Kobe as a 10, but Nico make the point that I kind of seeing some similarities with why we don't see Ericsson in the team anymore in that position, and well, Kobe now. So I kind of I hear what you're saying, JP, but it's a little bit concerning for me, right?
Okay. I don't want
Yeah,
to get concerned yet.
yeah.
As yet. I'm waiting a little bit still, yeah.
Because I mean, substitute you could bring on the man for 10 minutes in the game. Kobe again nothing after before that first game when Kobe played before that. You
Now
know?
he started against City.
All right. Well,
Because
well,
that Bruno Casemiro midfield wasn't good, eh?
of course
That
it was
because
poor.
it had too much
Mm.
space
Yeah.
between them, and that is the problem with playing Bruno in that
Yeah.
midfield.
Yeah.
When he find things not progressing enough, Bruno just make up his mind. Well, yeah, or I should that I going forward,
Yeah.
and he just leaving Casemiro behind. So and that's why I still think that the best midfield pair now we have right now is Ugarte and me.
You know, and one of the things that I realize as well, a lot of teams noticing that, our players on the ball not good. So we getting crowded and we losing the ball so cheaply and so easily. Our players cannot
Yes,
secure the ball. I watching how
yeah,
easy we get our ball pick off. Sometimes one defender just push your foot around, we losing the ball. And sometimes,
yeah,
and then on top of that, now I don't know if we even know how to mark players because sometimes three players of ours around one player and he's still getting out.
Yeah.
yeah,
I can
yeah,
understand that one, boy.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
No sense at all.
yeah.
God, boy, if you know my belly, then my belly hurt me, boy. Goodness.
No, and Meno started the last game against
Against
Forest.
Yeah,
Forest. But
Yeah, he
before that,
started the
he
last
did.
but
game.
before that, he
No,
didn't play.
remember before that he was banned because of the yellow card against Arsenal,
He was banned for the
and
Arsenal
before
game.
that
Yeah,
he started
yeah,
Yeah,
before the Arsenal game.
I ain't too worried really about Man to get in minutes. He will probably
Yeah,
start versus City. I can guarantee that. If he doesn't
yes,
start versus
yeah,
City with a
yeah,
midfield of Ugarte and
possibly.
Menu, I would be surprised.
yeah. I'll be
Yeah.
surprised too.
'Cause
Yeah,
it
I
don't
still
make,
worry defensively. Defensively, I
No,
still worry with me.
but the point I'm making is
If we play him as one of the eights.
yeah. But the point I'm making is we need a little more ball security in midfield, right?
Yeah,
And that's something that Kobe have. Kobe, he
Couldn't
could
start.
shield the ball. He know to use his body.
Yeah,
He could get out of tight situations, and that ability lacking throughout we team now, boy. That's why
yeah,
it's so hard for us to really progress the football and move the ball, move the team forward because we always looking for a pass. And the only thing we could do is over the top. That's the only way that we just really beat teams, looking for that over the top ball to get people to run onto, but to try to, play the game and play the ball through and progress the football as a unit moving up. We can't do that because we just lose the ball too easy. You know? Luigi Bertrand on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. I hope I didn't slaughter your first name, right? He's saying Mount and Anthony should just walk away from this team. Something wrong with them.
but Amarin said today that both of them changed the game.
Anthony?
Yes, he even called Anthony name. One of the interviews on METV, he said even Anthony helped change the game. Yeah.
Anthony,
Nice.
Anthony take 2
Wherever
shots today. They're probably
wherever
still
he
looking for
saw.
them 2 balls.
Yeah, I don't know wherever he saw. I don't know. I don't know what it is he saw, but he said they helped change the game.
I don't agree with Anthony. I could say Mount because Mount brought the energy and he was doing a little more than just the energy today. But Anthony, I don't agree with that. I don't know what he see, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't know what you see either.
Rashford. Marcus Rashford.
We still going back there. We beat the
Yeah.
staff up already.
Nah, no, here what going on. No, the reason why I want to I don't think I ever see Rashford this low. I don't ever think I see Rashford this ineffective. Rashford, like, he don't even want to hold the ball, he don't want the ball. He passing off. If it's a half volley, that off. I don't know why. Before we can, I guess, say, oh, this or that, the other with Rashford, but it's like the man had nothing football, boy. And it's concerning because you have managers there trying with this player, right? It have some fans who, just headstrong at Rashford, go come good, just keep playing him. And it's never his fault. But I'm watching the individual. He's smiling and training pictures. But then when you're on the field, but I'm not seeing. We paying this man so much money. This man is a poster boy, number 10.
I'm already be cussing. I'm already say these people had to be crazy.
Yeah,
When you watch the pay sheet and the performances, he said, "Nah, something has to be wrong with this club. Something fundamentally wrong with this club."
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he's shaking his head.
There's a game where Rashford supposed to know his lesser opposition, and there's the kind of games where you will see him taking on men. And I watch Rashford stand up on the ball and looking around for who to pass to. Take on the man. Where you think your job is? Take on the man. And he didn't even do that. Watch man. But the thing is, right, we need to get at least a few decent performances out of him to get the money for that sale. Rashford, I think we had to start to look at clubs in Italy who might want him because I don't see PSG.
Italy is spending that money. And no club in Italy is spending that money.
Well, I'm not
Napoli.
PSG paying him.
Napoli is spending that money. Napoli not spending that money.
And them spend 30 million for McTominay?
Come on, man.
True.
But
Come on, man.
but 30 million you go pay. How much you feel you get for Russia from Napoli?
Big
40
man,
million?
big man.
40?
Rashford stock dropping.
The guy from Georgia, Cavacarella, whatever his name is.
Cavacarella.
Yeah, I call Cavaradonna. I'm not going to spend no 5 minutes calling that man name. Well, anyway,
watch me, Rashford plus money for Cavara.
Yeah, Rashford plus a good probably 60 mil for Cavaradonna. Let's put it that way.
And I tell you, I taken that youth man from Napoli and give send Rashford the other way. Like he and McTominay hug up.
Tear it up, man.
We could go after. Right in the prem. That we could go after.
No, but you see, you don't want to sell Rashford to no club in the Premiership. You understand that you're shooting yourself in the foot. And we had to recognize. Yeah, we had to recognize. Yeah, we had to recognize.
How many we could get there?
In the Prem. Okay. Yeah. Because we had to realize that them fellas and them could come back and hurt we, Jed.
Because and that always happens, eh?
Yeah.
Welbeck, every time Welbeck come, he's scoring.
Yeah. So you don't sell people like Rashford and them fellas to no Premier League.
But that's extra motivated.
Exactly. Yeah. And them still go come and score, eh? I might do some rubbish. Anyway, guys, we're looking to wrap it there, right? We're gonna be here again when we're playing City on Sunday.
Sunday.
I don't know if the wounded animal will be more wounded or they'll come bad for we. You know, I don't know, but
Yeah.
this
That would have happened. That would have happened.
where that game played in Old Trafford or Etihad?
Nah, City,
Etihad.
Etihad.
empty
Judgment.
hand.
But they were Tottenham with them for so
Oh, true that.
Yeah, but I have no confidence in United, boy. I have no
I don't have
confidence.
any confidence in United, but if it's any time that you had to play City, is now.
But I play them now. Yeah?
This is the worst City performing in how much years?
About 10 years.
Since Richard Dunn was the captain. Since them days when Richard Dunn was a big defender. That's this is how terrible the City team played. So this is the best time. Watch me.
The best time.
Once we take our chances in that game, because City does give you chances.
Yeah.
Once we take our chances, we could win that game. And that's how that go out there. Watching how City play over these last 10 games, they're giving you chances. If you don't take it, they could punish you. Simple as that.
Put somebody to run at Kyle Walker, and I don't think that's Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford might say, "I use my fellow English compatriot," because Kyle Walker playing shit. Marcus Rashford is not full of confidence. I said, put somebody else to run at Kyle Walker.
But then,
Who boy?
you that person who run, not anybody is gonna actually win, because what a player playing on that side to run at anybody.
Probably Hoyland.
Nah, man.
Boy.
You gotta bring on Hoyland. Start Tuski and bring on Hoyland.
TY.
No.
So seem to be passing the ball back to Onana right through. Earlier, if we do win against City, right, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games and 1 winner.
Let me 6 games and 1 win. I'm confused with that one.
Ipswich, Everton, Arsenal, Forest.
Well, we're talking about in the league?
In the league, the Premier League.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we beat. So that's I kind of confused. So
We
we beat Leicester. We beat Leicester.
Leicester was Nestor.
Yeah, but you're saying 6 Premier League games, you know?
Yeah, Ipswich, Everton, Arsenal.
Yeah, but when we win against Everton?
No, I'm saying 6 games. If we lose against
Okay,
City,
all right. So let me check again.
Yeah,
Ipswich,
Everton, Arsenal, Forest, and City. How much is that?
That 5.
5.
That's 5.
Right, so that'll be 5 games and 1 win.
5 games, 1 win and 1 draw, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is 2 losses, right? So right now that is 2 losses, 1 win, 1 draw.
Yeah.
In
So
Amarin
three,
start.
yeah.
In Amarin start in the Premier League. And I don't find that bad. After taking over and changing. Yeah, and changing our system. To me, that's an end of the world.
Yeah, we can't be too harsh.
Yeah, that's an end of the world.
Yeah, we'll see. Like you guys said, this is the right time to be playing City right now.
Yeah.
All right. Ericsson here out of form, lacking confidence, overpaid, lost a bit of pace. His time up. We might as well sell cash out now. Right, Rashford talking about.
Yeah,
Right?
I see Rashford jogging back to the end, and then he remember he's supposed to be running back, and then he run back and get a yellow card. Hey, real funny, yeah. I see him jogging here. I said, but why this man don't run back? Right? Then final left foot, he pushed down the man.
And then going back to the interview, he PR campaigners when he ball, I love Man United, and if you don't know something he say, and I'm not seeing nothing on the field, and all I say is, do you talking on the field now, man?
Yeah.
Simeon saying here, I'm not going to risk his career for Rashford. Any young players who can play that role, right?
I don't know, Simeon. I ain't know anybody in the academy who coming up to play that role.
So Rashford's a kick and run player. He ain't gonna work in the system. He needs space. And Simeon saying here, we can hardly handle Victoria, whatever the team name.
Oh, it's true. That's it. I have no confidence right now. But as I say, anything can happen. Anything can happen. The best time to be City. So.
All All right. Well, guys, I think we come to the end here. I hoping for at least a result which will be a draw against City because I'm telling you, after City coming Tottenham, then Bournemouth and all them teams running all year. Right, the fixture list not getting easier, right? So I know Nico, you and JP so all you're comfortable and that's not a bad start, but the fixture list not getting easier. One, and this team the mentality very thin, the mental real weak now. So you don't want it to reach to the point where we in a place where them fellas where Amarim can't pull them back, you know. So that is my only thing, right? Anyway, it was nice. It was nice, guys. So, guys, thanks for the comments, thanks for the shares, Nicole, JP, Big Phil. It was good having you all on. And next day, I mean, we're looking well for automatic progression in the Europa League. So, let me
And
see.
two well taken goals, especially the second goal from Hoyland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And I mean, the man had to pay homage. He had to recognize greatness that went before.
Which was what? Or who?
The man talk about Martial, dog.
He talked about
Anybody?
Martial?
Yeah, he talk about
I didn't hear that.
Martial. You want to pop the comment or what?
So what he talk? What he said?
The man say Martial scored a great goal. You understand? And he tried to emulate that with the pass from Bruno, the quick pass from Bruno. You understand?
When he scored, when he passed him, you mean?
The goal against City when Bruno do the dink and
Right,
Martial
over.
run and take. Right, that free kick what Bruno take today. It was a kind of
Yeah.
So he
Oh,
said
that's to talk about
the man could only refer to greatness, though.
like.
Man could refer to greatness by telling them by.
Man, try end this podcast, man.
Yeah.
Right now, there's called Marcel Zusina and Grusina. Yeah, how you entire.
He good where he is.
My man can't keep a straight face when he lying, boy.
Might get France. Might get called up for France.
Watch me, Marcel Gan and back up in a top European club next season. The man just have to find back his love for the game, dog. Or look at the margin, right? Pogba.
Hey, end the stream. Hey.
Everybody,
Oh,
good night. Have a good one, man. See you on the next one. Later.
All right, later.